Hey guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Health here on Sensational Sunday here in Connecticut. Life's good, guys. Life's good. I can honestly say, guys, I never thought I would say this. You saw the thumbnail. But I will never suggest a cleanse again. I'm taking my cleanse book off the market. And I feel differently about it than I have in the last while. I've talked to my wife about this. I've talked to several friends that are in the business and whatnot. They all agree with me. But let me explain. Now, first of all, the True Power Juice Cleanse, the way I do it, and the way I suggest it in my book, does work. Absolutely work. It will cleanse you out. It will get rid of the mucoid plaque. It will eliminate type 2 diabetes, blah, blah, heart disease, the whole 9 yards. It all works. I feel incredible when I'm on it. My energy is through the roof. My recovery time for my workouts is through the roof. So I can blitz my body on day one with all this energy I got, and day two get up and do the exact same thing again. And not even feel stiff or sore. It's all there, and in that part, I agree with it. I have been on 4 extended cleanses in my life. They've all been in the last about 2.5 years. At the most I've done, I haven't done 30 days. They're all high 20s, 27, 29, things like that. All right? And again, the results I have were extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. Here's the problem. And I've grown to feel that it is a huge, huge problem. And that is getting in and getting out of the cleanse. It's not as easy getting into it as you think, and it's not easy getting out of it as much as you would think. Now, here's the deal, guys. I have been in this crazy health and fitness business for about over 50 years. Okay, I've been cleansing all that time. But during that time, I have tried literally every single diet out there. I want to be able to comment on any diet and look at the research, look at the data, but also be able to comment in what it did for me. Okay? The same thing with the cleanse. I wrote that cleanse book in about 2 days. I felt so great and was so excited about it. But 2 years later, coming down the line, it's not as cut and dry as that. And I'm going to say for the last 6 months to a year, the caveat I've been putting on every single one of them is, it's not for everybody. Do you remember that? If you've been following these videos, it's not for everybody. Okay? And getting in and getting out of them is the problem. Now, as I was saying, I've tried everyone. And at my age, I know exactly how my body feels, and more importantly, how I want my body to feel. What is going on when it doesn't feel the way I want. That's just experience, guys. And I have the experience on all of you, I would think. All right? Now, here's the thing. I told you the first 2 to 4 days, let's say 1 to 4 days, can be very, very tough with the cravings. Very tough. Now, again, with my experience with this, I can say to myself when I'm getting a craving, Ralph, you don't need that pizza. This is just a food addiction craving. You just had juice. You're full. You are not craving more food. Just get past it. And 15 minutes later, I'm fine. Okay? And I didn't call Domino's and have it delivered. I'm going to say 100% of the people that I'm talking to do not have that experience. And for that reason, guys, these cravings can sometimes turn into a serious, serious binge. And guys, that is not good. That is not good. And what do you do on Monday? If you go on a binge on Monday, you're trying to purge. You're trying to go back on the cleanse on Tuesday. Guys, that is a binge and a purge. That is terrible, terrible cycle to get on. Absolutely terrible. Now, I do know, I've come to the conclusion, especially after talking with people that have a background in eating disorders, anorexia and bulimia and all that sort of thing. Guys, This binge and purge is not anything they want to deal with. See what I mean? So, again, if all these things come happening to me, I have the answers. Not everybody does. And for that reason, guys, that binge and purge, just saying it is hard, is terrible. Is a terrible merry-go-round to get on. And for that reason, I'm taking my book off the market, and I will not suggest it to anybody again. Now, in cases of morbid obesity and all this sort of thing, I think there is a place for it. But for the rank and file people that I'm talking with here and now, I don't think it's good for me to continue pushing it. I know for a fact I've never had any trouble. Nobody has contacted me that bought the books. I don't know how many books I sold. A couple hundred, I don't know. Nobody's gotten back to me and said, you pushed me over to the brink to, anorexia. Nothing like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. But I do think if you don't have the experience and the knowledge to know these cues, for lack of a better term, that you're getting from your body, from your mind, and all this sort of stuff, it can be dangerous. It can be dangerous. And remember, the last 6 to 8 months, I've 8 months a year, the caveat I've always added, it's not for everybody. Not for everybody. Don't beat yourself up if you can't do it, all this sort of stuff. I think, by and large, it's not a good thing for me to push. Even though I believe every single thing I said about the advantages of it. There's no question about it. But my wife, who does not come from a background of eating disorders, agrees with me. She doesn't think, now she never tried it, but she sees me when I'm in a cleanse and I'm getting a little frantic and all this sort of stuff. No, I don't think it's a good thing. All told. In specific instances, maybe. Maybe, at best. Now, here's the kicker. Guys, with the diet that I'm promoting, the True Power diet, heavy dose of fruits and veggies. 80%, 90% fruits, if not 100%. The rest starches. Guys, you're going to cleanse anyway. Now, it's going to take a period of time. It's going to take a lot more time than a cleanse. Now, depending on where you are, depending on how adamant you are with the fat intake and all that, it might take a few years to get cleansed out, completely cleansed. But you can do it. As opposed to 90 days on the juice cleanse. You see what I'm saying? But the diet I adhere to, mostly fruits and vegetables, with some rice, corn, peas, potatoes, and starches, that's cleansed. And you can too. Okay? So let's take the 800-pound gorilla out of the room. Okay? And let's not throw caution to the wind. There's no reason either to take that chance that it could lead to something worse. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. And I know for a fact nobody has contacted me and said, let's throw them for a loop. Okay? So either it has worked successfully for them, or they just stopped and said, screw this, after a couple days. All right? All right. Eat and drink fruits and vegetables. That's not going to change. Meditate and live your life with true power. Not the fake stuff, true power. Love you all.